I'm quite confident we were selling high. Yeah. Obviously, time will tell.
Has it been enough time, guys?
It didn't sell high enough. Shout out Philly.
Do you think there's been enough time for us to realize Daryl Morey is an idiot, a fool, a clown, a jester, a fraud for trading away one of the best shooters in the NBA to the best team in the NBA? Thank God you sold high. Thank God you sold high. Your team is currently down 2-0 in the second round to the Knicks. Meanwhile, Jared McCain has scored 30 points in 33 minutes in his second round series against the Lakers. But thank God you got a future first round pick for Jared McCain. You gave the best team in the NBA the one piece they were desperately missing. But guys, let's all be grateful the 76ers have a future first round pick that will never get to play with Joel Embiid and Paul George, and the best team in the NBA just got one of the best shooters in the NBA for nothing. Let's be grateful for that. Thank you, Daryl Morey. Now I see why James Harden said this.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say it again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of again.
You know how bad you have to be? You know how much hate you have to have in your heart to publicly come out and call someone a liar like that, to say, I will never trust that man again. And he didn't say this in an interview, in a press conference. He wasn't prompted to say this. He said this at a brand event in China. That whole crowd was Chinese high school kids that had no idea what he was saying. But James Harden's hate for Daryl Morey transcended languages and borders. Now, me personally, I would have got up there and said, Chow Ni Ma. Chow Ni Ma, Daryl Morey. Because you have given the best team in the NBA the one piece they needed. And I haven't always agreed with James Harden. We've seen what James Harden is doing in these playoffs. But I agree with him here. Because Daryl Morey, you're a fraud. You think you're smart, you think you're this genius, you think you've reinvented the NBA. How about you reinvent this? Don't give up a second-year player who was the best rookie in the NBA prior to his injury to the best team in the NBA that needs shooting. How about that, Mr. Big Brain? People joked about how this team would be so zesty, how the locker room was going to be. Guys, they unlocked his superpower. They traded him to the zestiest team in the NBA. You have just boosted all of his abilities. That's like Yamamoto and Otani teaming up on the Dodgers. That's like Ana de Armas and Prime Jessica Alba. There is no such thing as Prime Jessica Alba. She's the LeBron of everything. But you get what I'm saying. They have unlocked his superpowers. You traded a guy who was the zestiest player in the NBA to the zestiest team in the NBA. Take it from someone who has caught some zesty allegations in my time. And from you guys in particular. This has only boosted his stats. I mean, look at these guys.
The way you walk, the way you understand me.
Look at how much fun he's having out there. People are saying Jay Will is just happy to be there. Yeah, Jay Will always just looks happy to be there. What a just a happy guy. Him and Jared McCain, just real happy guys. The Asian Duke tennis. And I need you guys to understand, this is the perfect team for Jared McCain. Even the MVP of this team. Just because Shai is the nonchalant guy now, that was not always what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was.
I'm rocking Caesar and Nike, but you know me, I'm low-key. And I say fly like a bird. I text Rebecca and she brought me city.
Yo, don't clip that. But that's the kind of thing Shai was doing. And now he's going to be a two-time MVP. And you know what? I don't mind it. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, we've seen the same thing. Chet Holmgren.
Sam and Mark for believing in me enough to bring me here in the first place.
Chet Holmgren. You traded the TikToker to a super team full of TikTokers and you thought he wasn't going to fit in? These guys love him. And I understand why. Because Jared McCain is a lovable guy, but he's also the one thing this team needed. If it sounds like I'm overreacting, or you called him Steph Curry Jr., well, with some of the ways he shoots, it looks like that. But for a team that won the championship last year, whose best player is an MVP 27 years old, Chet and J-Dub are 24 and 25, all of the future first round picks they have, the Thunder were already seen as the favorites to go back to back. But there was one weakness in this team. They lacked some shooting. They lacked some off-the-ball play. They lacked a bit of scoring punch. Having all defensive guys all around the court, sometimes you need a guy that can just catch fire off the bench. And that seems like an easy enough thing to acquire. But there's one problem. With all of these contracts and all of these guys needing money, including Cason Wallace, it was hard to find that guy at a good enough level to play minutes that also wasn't on a big contract. So what did Sam Presti do? Well, he traded for a guy who was averaging 15 points a game, shooting elite from the field and from three last year prior to getting injured. A guy who isn't just young, but most importantly, is on a rookie contract for the next couple of years. A guy that is way above his value. And for a team like OKC that are going to be restrained by the cap, that alone is worth it. Let alone the fact he's just really good. Because he's not just any kind of shooter. Look at his first shot from the game against the Lakers. Just walking into a 30-foot three. Or here where he gets the pass from Mitchell, takes a dribble to have Hayes fly past him, and then nails the three. This is what he can do consistently. This is what he was doing consistently in Philadelphia. And if you think he can only shoot, look at him here get run off from the three-point line. So he puts the ball on the floor, drives hard, and then the up and under on the reverse. This is who Jared McCain is. This is what he can do in a playoff game. Meanwhile, this guy, Daryl Morey, this liar, as James Harden has said, thinks that they sold high. Well, actually, if you look at the analytics, we sold high because he was only shooting 33% from three. Yeah, because he broke his hand, you dork. Before then, he was looking like the best rookie in the class, averaging 15 points a game, putting your team on his back with everyone else out injured, and looking like a future All-Star. Whether he's going to be a future All-Star or not, I know one thing is for sure. He's a good NBA player that can play on the best team in the NBA. And just to give you an idea of how dominant, how much of a super team this Thunder team is. Well, at the 10-minute 30 mark, Shea picked up his fourth foul of the game. Pretty dirty foul at that. And after Reeves hit those free throws, Shea went to the bench with the Thunder down by 5 points and Shea in foul trouble. This is where you would expect a team to go on a run and force Shea to come back into the game in foul trouble. What happened next? The Thunder went on a 32-14 run. They are better in these playoffs, significantly better in these playoffs, with Shea on the bench. How are you supposed to beat this team when Shea can get in foul trouble, basically do nothing for the entire first half, and once he goes to the bench, they get better? And Chet Holmgren, who we like to clown on this channel, because,
young boy in control, no, I blow your block down.
For obvious reasons, well, he's actually insanely good at basketball. One of the best basketball players in the league. And then you add Jared McCain, you add defensive demons all across the floor. Don't even get me started on AJ Mitchell. In case it wasn't bad enough that they had Jared McCain in his second year, AJ Mitchell might be a future superstar. I actually don't know what the ceiling is for this guy. Sam Presti needs to be arrested. Please, someone find something on Sam Presti. He's had to do something. He stole from a store at some point. He put something in his trousers. I don't know what he did. He's got something in some file somewhere that you can lock Sam Presti up for, because he can't keep getting away with this. He can't keep getting away with this. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. AJ Mitchell was the 38th pick last year, and he already looks like he might be the best player from that draft. It didn't matter who was in front of him. If it was Austin Reeves, he blew past him. He used his strength. Whenever he got the switch onto DeAndre Ayton, That was just like this photo right here of a Brazilian defender praying at Neymar's feet. That's what it felt like whenever AJ Mitchell got in isolation against anyone. And when you have Shea on the bench and you have Shea 2.0 coming off the bench and filling in those minutes, what are you supposed to do? I mean, it makes sense that the Lakers were literally holding a meeting with the referees because, well, the refs do like OKC, but at the same time, if you're getting outscored 32-14 with Shea on the bench, what else are you supposed to do? I mean, LeBron was even crashing out at Alex Caruso. Things were getting that bad.
A lot of responsibility for AJ Mitchell, and
LeBron has had a generational run of saying things these playoffs already. Not you, anyone but you can talk. Not you. I mean, at least he's going to leave with something. Thanks to Daryl Morey, this series is going to be over quicker than it could have been. At least you sold high. James Harden, I understand you now. Now, if you made it all the way to the end of the video and want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel, drop a like, have a great day.